Hello and welcome back to another one of my FPL videos. I of course am the FPL train, and in this video I'm going to be revealing my team selection ahead of game week 36. Now obviously game week 35 isn't done yet. We've got one more game left tonight, Chelsea versus Spurs. I've still got 4 players left to play. If I'm being honest, I couldn't bother to watch the game, do the video after that, staying up late and then revealing how I'm going to plan game week 36. So I think, you know what, it's one game left, sod it. I'll reveal how I'm currently getting on and show you my team selection for 36. So then, game week 35, currently, I did activate my wildcard and it's not gone great if I'm being honest. I've only got 48 points, currently down for a red arrow. I've got 17 points sat on my bench. It's been not the best game week if I'm being honest. So starting off the goalkeepers, it didn't start off great. So I've gone for Edison and Pickford. So Pickford, storming performance against Brentford. Got 10 points, clean sheet, bonus, save point, unbelievable performance. He's on my bench, so I missed out there, which is frustrating. And then my actual goalkeeper, my starting goalkeeper, I went for Edison. So in my team selection video, I did actually go Onana. Changed my mind, which was actually looking bad because, you know, Man United were on for a clean sheet, and I'm pretty sure Onana was also on for a 10-pointer. And I decided to go for Edison, who went off injured at half-time, which is frustrating as anything. I mean, he weren't having the best of games, but if the game did end 1-0, at least he would have came away with a clean sheet. Didn't happen. He went off at half-time, for God's sake. Injured, 1 pointer there. So straight away, it didn't look great, does it? There. So yeah, 1 pointer for Edison, 10 for Pickford. Not great. Then I look at my defence. Oh my word. Oh my word. So I've got Branthwaite in my team. He came away with a clean sheet, obviously, against Brentford for Everton. He got 6 points sat on my bench. 6 points. And Gabriel only got the 1 point. But I wasn't expecting much, to be honest, from Arsenal. That's why. I mean, London Derby, you don't expect much. So that's why he's on my bench. Third option. But the fact that Branthwaite got 6 points. And so far, my defenders tally a total of, what, 2 points? Oh, my God. Awful. So, Fabian Schär went off at half-time. Injured, or could not believe that. He's done his hamstring from the looks of it, so he's possibly going to be out for game week 36. So that's already 2 of my players injured. I'm not even got into my midfield yet. So Fabian Schär went off injured, which is frustrating. He had Sheffield United, although he had already conceded anyway, so he weren't on for a clean sheet. But you know, the guy's known for scoring goals as well, so I've just 1 point from him, was just disappointing. Delo only got me 2 points. Of course, for a nice clean sheet. Then Onana decides, you know what, I'm going to punch the player in the face and get, you know, give away a penalty. So that went from a 6-pointer to a 2-pointer. And then Cucurella. Oh my days, Cucurella. So the Chelsea options, a lot of people going for Gusto. I thought, you know what, Cucurella started 90 minutes most of the games at the minute. I reckon he'll start in the foreseeable future. He did start against Villa, and he decided to score an own goal. Could not believe it. I mean, it was a little bit unfortunate, you know. He clearly saw Ollie Watkins didn't get good enough, you know, touching the ball. And he thought, you know what, I'll slot it in the bottom corner. Unbelievable. So he came away on -1. It was really frustrating as well because he nearly got an assist. He did a great cross into Jackson. And of course, Jackson decides to connect with it, and he hits the post. Any other player probably would have gone in because, you know, Jackson's an awful player. So far he's on for a -1 pointer. He was one of my differentials, and yeah, it's not turned out great so far. And he's got Spurs at home. Well, again, I don't think they're keeping a clean sheet. So yeah, not great, especially as well. Beforehand, in my last week's video, I had Ruben Diaz because I said he'd probably be a certainty. Then Man City played, I can't remember what game it was, but he didn't play. And I thought, oh God, I'm changing it to Kyle Walker. I had Kyle Walker in, and then I changed my mind again and swapped Kyle Walker for Delo and Edison for Onana. Oh my God. Oh my God. So instead of having, what was it? I think Kyle Walker might have even got double digits, and I've came away with 3 points from those guys. Oh God, it's awful, isn't it? Awful. So yeah, my defence, shocking. Midfield then, so Bruno Fernandes came away with 4 points. I mean, I should be happy with that, but I'm not. So we got 2 bonus points, amazingly, somehow. He played Burnley. for God's sake, United are awful. This is just dreadful, just dreadful. I mean, I'm glad I didn't go for double United, so I was thinking about having Højlund, and that didn't happen, thankfully. But yeah, 4 points for him, so shocking. Anthony Gordon, great from him. At least somebody turned up for me. My Newcastle assets, apart from Shaw, obviously, because of an injury, but, my Newcastle assets overall did pretty well for me. So Anthony Gordon absolutely smashed it. Shame he went off a little bit early. I mean, he did play 81 minutes, but, to get 2 assists, gotta be happy with that, Definitely take those 10 points from him. Son came away with 7 points, did get a goal in the derby against Arsenal, so I'll take that. That's all, don't care if he wins or loses as long as he scores. He did that, so 7 points from him. And if you notice as well, I did only have 1 Spurs player. Bear in mind, Spurs have quite a few double game weeks, but I've only gone with 1. Didn't fancy Maddison, proved me why. Didn't fancy Kulusevski, understand why, and I proved why I didn't go for any of the defenders either. Especially the goalkeeper. Jesus Christ. So 7 points for Son. And then Cole Palmer. Oh my God, Cole Palmer. He is my captain for this game week. And he only got 4. Well, he got 2 points, didn't he, against Villa. Didn't get a goal. Didn't get an assist. Shocking performance. Really was hoping for big points from him. But it turns out he was the worst midfielder I could have gone for in my team. So thanks for that, Palmer. Once again, you've helped me out massively. He scores hat-tricks when he's not my captain, blanks when he is my captain. So, not great from him. And then obviously last one was Phil Foden, who was on the bench. And obviously he didn't play due to illness. And then that leaves me with my strikers then. So Erling Haaland didn't start, but he did come on and get a goal. So, I've got to be happy with the 5 points, to be honest. Because obviously it weren't looking great with the fact that Foden and Haaland weren't playing. But if, to be honest, in hindsight, it probably would have been better if he didn't come on, because then I would have got an extra point from Braithwaite. But, it is what it is. Isak, though, I mean, this one's frustrating because obviously, like I mentioned about Palmer being my captain, beforehand, I did actually have Isak as my captain, but the double game week, for God's sake, really just changed my mind again at the last minute. And in the end, I mucked up once again on my captaincy. So, yeah, Isak smashed it. He got 3 bonus points because he got 2 goals against Sheffield United, so that was frustrating that he wasn't my captain, but at least he got me 13 points there. Then obviously that leaves Nicholas Jackson. Oh God, I hate this pick. I really did not want to pick him, and to be fair, it was either going to be him or Werner for me. Decided to go for Jackson. Werner got injured, so I mean that was kind of lucky considering I already had 2 players off injured, so I would have made it 3 otherwise. He didn't get a yellow card, so I guess that is my only bonus for Jackson. Yet again, blanked, hit the post, had a goal disallowed. I think it was offside, weren't it? Ugh, what's the point with Jackson? What is the point? I didn't want to pick him, but the double game week was the reason why. Do I think he's going to score tonight against Spurs? Do I? How? If anything, he'll just get a yellow card, and that will just sum it up really for him. So yeah, nothing once again from Jackson. So overall, then 48 points currently. It could be more. I'm praying to God I get to 60. Big performances from Palmer and Cucurella, really. Those are the 2 I need to really perform. Palmer because he's captain, and Cucurella because he's my big differential. So fingers crossed that it works out. But honestly, I can't see it working out, to be honest. And hopefully, though, my red arrow doesn't get any worse than it has done. So then, team selection-wise, I'm currently still down to having Ederson as my number 1 goalkeeper, or my starting goalkeeper, should I say, for this game week. Wolves at home is to a fixture, but the fact is he is injured, so the chances of him playing are pretty much not great. Although the news did come out that his injury isn't as bad as they first feared, so, you never know, but I can't see it, to be honest. I think he'll rest him against Wolves, and hopefully he'll play in the double game week in 37. But, the fact that he doesn't play, I'm not too fussed about because I will have Jordan Pickford. Although he is away from home against Luton, who I do think will score because obviously Pickford had a great performance in game week 35. That usually means that he'll have a poor performance in game week 36 for me. So, not confident with my goalkeepers, if I'm being honest, just because of how well, Everton did last week. And the fact is, they are now safe from relegation. So, I'm expecting Luton to now just win 3-0 to really fuck me over. With the defenders then, so I've made a couple of changes, obvious reasons. Not, transfer-wise, but I've got Shaw and Cucurella on my bench. Now, this is subject to change just depending on how Chelsea perform tonight. If, Cucurella has a storming performance, I will bring him in, and I'll probably replace him with either Braithwaite or Delo. Not quite sure which one yet, but we'll see how Chelsea get on tonight. But at the moment, Shaw and Cucurella will be on my bench. Starting though is of course going to be Braithwaite, Luton away. It's not the worst fixture, but like I've just said with Pickford, the fact that Everton are now safe worries me quite a bit because Luton's still battling for survival, and the fact that it's away from home makes me think that Everton are going to be conceding goals. Delo is another one I'm not confident, just because one, United are terrible. Onana likes punching players in the face to give away penalties, and Crystal Palace have actually looked pretty decent since they got the new manager. So again, not that confident to be fair. I do think, I won't be shocked if Crystal Palace do score against United and even beat them, to be fair. So again, possibly could replace him with Cucurella. We'll yet to see, and maybe even Shaw, but Shaw's not been training all week, to be fair. So I don't think he's going to be playing any football this weekend. And finally, that leaves me with Gabriel, my favourite player out of my favourite defender that I've got in my team. Bournemouth at home. Now, obviously, Bournemouth do have Solanke, who's been scoring goals left, right and centre. But I do think Arsenal's defence will be too strong and they will keep a clean sheet in this game. So I'm kind of got all my eggs in one basket with Gabriel, because I'm not 100% confident at all with the other defenders. But Gabriel, I'm definitely more confident than the others that he will come away with a clean sheet. So with my midfielders then, I've got a 5-man midfield this game week. Starting us off, I've got Cole Palmer. He won't be my captain this week. He's got a tough game, to be fair to him. He's got West Ham at home. West Ham are a hot and cold team, and I'm pretty sure they are ahead of Chelsea in the table, to be fair, this season. It's a derby game. I'm expecting it to be more of a 1-1 kind of game, but we'll see. Hopefully Palmer gets a goal, and you never know. Maybe Cucurella starts for me and gets a few assists. You never know. But yeah, Palmer will be starting, obviously. Bruno Fernandes, I'm not as confident because I've mentioned it before, how I think Crystal Palace will win. Hopefully, though, Fernandes smashes it, gets a couple of goals, and definitely, hopefully, he outperforms Garnacho. Because I know a lot of people who didn't go for Bruno decided to go for Garnacho. So fingers crossed he outperforms him. You never know. All he needs is a penalty, and that will do me. Anthony Gordon, of course, he's going to be starting after a great performance in the last game week. Finally got him in my team, That was the first time last week, but I got Anthony Gordon in my team, and he got a 10-pointer. Burnley away is a nice fixture to have. Obviously, Burnley are battling relegation, so you never know what Burnley's going to do. They're going to turn up, but that means they have to go for the all-out attack, really, if they do want to stay. So, Newcastle can capitalise on the counter, and you never know, Gordon might get a few goals this weekend. Son's my next man up here, and he's probably the biggest problem that I've got, if I'm being honest. Well, he's the weakest option, I think, in my midfield for this game week. Liverpool away from home is never going to be easy. It's never nice playing at Anfield. Hopefully, though, because Liverpool are in a bit of bad form right now. We've obviously got the issues of Salah and Klopp. Van Dijk's obviously come out and said that the team aren't ready to win. So hopefully, Spurs capitalise. Someone gets an hat-trick and nobody gets an assist. That'll work out perfect for me. And then finally, that leaves me then with Phil Foden, who's got Wolves at home. Hopefully he'll be back. Hopefully he's well enough to play. We'll yet to see. But I expect he'll play against Wolves. Tough fixture, to be fair. And I do expect him to start. So that does mean then, currently, anyways, I've not made any transfers in my midfield. And if I'm being honest, I don't think I will be making any transfers to my midfield, because I don't think there's anything wrong with it currently right now. And so then that leads me on to my strikers. Nicholas Jackson's been dropped to the bench. Pretty obvious, really. He's crap. And I don't really like him. I don't rate him at all. I expect him to get a yellow card tonight as well, which just annoyed me even more. So yeah, for sure he's going to be on the bench. Unless he scores an hat-trick tonight, then it'll give me a headache to, really decide which midfield I should take out. But for sure, he's sitting on my bench. That will leave me then with Isak, who's got Burnley away. A team you expect him to score. I won't be shocked if he blanks because, I expect him to score. But hopefully, he'll get on the score sheet. And Erling Haaland as well. Wolves at home. Not an easy fixture, if I'm being honest. And I'm kind of not too fussed as well if Erling Haaland blanks, which is pretty crazy, to be fair. But let's face it, the guy's 62.5% owned currently right now. Most people who did wildcard had him in their teams. A lot of people probably around my rank area will have Erling Haaland in the team. So in fact, whether he scores or not, I don't think it will really cause too much damage, if he blanks or not to my rank. But with that being said, he will be my captain though for this game week. So it's a bit silly saying that. So on one hand, I don't mind if he blanks. On another hand, if he scores an hat-trick, great. So he'll make my score look a lot better than, my rank probably will say. So, yeah, that is how my team is looking then for game week 36. Currently then, I've not made any transfers. Obviously, I've got the Edison issue and the Shire issue, but the fact that news has come out about Edison, he could be back for the double game week for Fulham, well, the first game being Fulham for Man City, makes me, sit on the sidelines just yet on making any transfers from a goalkeeper. So, at the end of the day, John Pickford's done well this season, so, I'm quite happy to have him in my team for game week 36, so I don't feel like I need to make any transfers there. And Fabian Schär, look, I don't know, obviously, how serious his injury is. He could be back for game week 37. If he is going to be out, obviously, hopefully we'll find news anyway for the rest of the season, then I will make a transfer. But I don't think I'll make a transfer this week. I've only got one free transfer, so ideally, I'll probably make one for the double game week in game week 37, because that is, of course, when I will be bench boosting. So, I want to have the best team I can possibly have for game week 37. So that is why I'm not going to make any transfers. There is other players that I could, well, there's only one other player I'd fancy getting rid of, and that's Nicholas Jackson. But there's not really a striker out there I do fancy too much. Maybe Carlton Morris is possibly an option. Luton need to score goals, something like that perhaps. Or maybe even the Burnley striker. Now, I'm trying to remember what his name is, but I completely forgot now off the top of my head. But yeah, he's also an option as well, because obviously Burnley need to score if they want to stay in the league as well. It's bugging me now, I can't remember that guy's name. He's on loan from Chelsea anyway. But yeah, that is what I'm thinking then ahead of game week 36. Let me know what you think of this team. Let me know what your team is going to be looking like for game week 36. Please don't forget to like this video. Even if you don't like it anyway. That'll do me wonders. Thank you very much. And as well, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Coming to the end of the season, but I will still be doing the odd video here and there during the summer. Of course, we've got Euros coming up as well. I will be doing a fantasy team there as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.